I've used Andrew as an example to people where I try to explain, look, skateboarding, some of it is natural talent, but most of it is just your determination. And Andrew is an example of pure determination. Reynolds is probably the most hardcore skater that I've ever met. I mean, they call him the boss for a reason. I mean, it's definitely validating for me to see how far Andrew has come, being one of his first sponsors, and kind of taking a chance on a scrappy little kid with sloppy kickflips and an attitude that is very unique, very rare. And to see how far he's taken it, how he leads a new generation into skateboarding, it's just fascinating.
Hey, that's the switch spot.
Okay, right here, G.
Break it down.
It was very organic at the end of the day. It was like he came in just as a fan and wanted to see what we were doing.
So I think he'd been trying a bunch of other shoes that were on the market, and I think he stumbled across the Tiago, the 1010 to be specific.
And we kind of talked to him more and more, and all of a sudden he just started skating the shoes because
where Andrew is in his career, he's just focused on longevity. And to Andrew's words was, I need this 1010 to keep my career going, which was flattering and shocking at the same time.
That was the moment to me that was like, it was just really authentic. You know, it's like we weren't looking for him, but he needed what we were doing to help his career. And, you know, when the boss calls, you pick up.
You know, I didn't go to New Balance and said I want to work on a shoe. I just really wanted to have good New Balance shoes that they made already to skate in. For me, being a 45-year-old skater, the wrong shoes will hurt my whole body. Oh! Oh! So it's like very serious to me that, you know, I can like make something or have shoes that don't hurt. Really what it comes down to is I just want to be able to skate. I mean, skate with like a youthfulness. If I can take part in designing something that's going to help that, then I see like, why not?
This feels pretty long, but this is where I'm ollie.
Right.
You know what I mean? So I want to see your opinion about something and like kind of like push for something.
Okay.
You just pick up your phone, standard Instagram open, you know, see his name, put the phone down, just be like, what the fuck? This is just bizarre. I couldn't open it. Just one of those ones, it's just, you're like, there's something in there, and I'm not sure what it is. It's not like he accidentally DM'd you. You know there's something in there. But yeah, he was just really interested in the shoes and like loved what we were doing and just wanted to learn more. And shortly after, we had a phone conversation. And I thought it was really interesting because it was a phone conversation where you could tell he was going down a list that he wrote of all these questions he had. And he was very, not interrogative, but very thorough in his questioning. Do you see, like, so like the groove will go down and in?
Yeah. Oh yeah, I know that one. I know, yeah.
So
okay.
like that'll look really nice, I think. I remember picking up the phone and kind of pacing around my house as I talked to him, and it was pretty surreal. He's a very direct person and knows what he wants. And his questions were, I wouldn't say they were challenging anything that we're doing, but he wanted to know every reason why. And I was like genuine in my response, not trying to fluff anything up. And yeah, he ended up signing with us, which I don't know, I'm not saying that conversation did that, but there was some of his trust in what we were doing as a brand that really pulled him into our category.
The boss on New Balance.
Boss making boss moves
Andrew
right here.
Reynolds skating in Tiago's shoe. I would have said no
Gonna
way.
make him skate longer.
I went down to Long Beach to New Balance, and then went to the little conference room, and Seb was there, and everybody was there, and he brought up a whole presentation and said, today we're here to talk about the Andrew Reynolds signature New Balance shoe. I was like, oh shit, all right, cool. let's keep talking about it.
But I mean, at the end of the day, it's Andrew Reynolds, man. Like, he deserves a shoe. He's done so much for skateboarding. The pro model shoe is the highest accolade in skateboarding. Yeah, there's Sodi, but he's already won that, you know? How do you keep Andrew Reynolds' name as the legacy professional, especially for what he does on the skateboard still to this day? And it's having a pro shoe.
So that was cool. It was like a proper presentation. This is how we want to do it. This is when we want to come out with it. And then kind of just left the rest up to just me and Jeff to really get into the details.
I'm like, I just made 50 tricks. You know what I mean? It registers in my, I mean, everybody skates in their own way, but for me, I'm like, I might sit here on my phone otherwise. Unless I'm like, dude, fucking do something. Do some more.
Finding out that we have to design a new shoe for him, you know, Andrew's had such a strong lineage of footwear in the past, you know, Reynolds 1, Reynolds 2. And those were strong staple designs that kind of turned into the Reynolds Lights and the Reynolds 3. And he had a really strong kind of aesthetic. And as he comes to New Balance, we have to look at that, respect it, but in a way we can't use it. We have to like look forward here and think of what New Balance should do for Andrew.
I knew from getting all the 990s and the running shoes that I just noticed how comfortable they were. I was telling them, I want to make a skatable running shoe. I want to make it look like a running shoe, one of the 990s, but I want it to be skatable. Because the 992s and the 990s, I'd skate that stuff if it had a place to kickflip.
One of the most common questions we get, or requests, if you will, is to make something like a 990 skate shoe, right? To do it in a genuine way, you have to really just reconstruct the whole thing. Running shoes can't just be on skate soles. They just don't work. With Andrew, I think the beauty of where we're going with his shoe is we're looking at those types of shoes, those 900 series, really the 990 series. And we're looking at it through a skate lens, but also making sure that we're like allowing that 990 space to live within it. And I think the challenge there is being respectful to the 990 shoes because they are coveted. They are like the upper echelon of New Balance, but that's exactly what Andrew is to us, right? So essentially what we are trying to do here is we're taking that 990 ethos and the performance that the brand is known for and just finding that perfect marriage into a skate shoe. Working with Andrew has been different than any of the other skaters I've ever worked with because he shows up with a plan. He shows up with a notebook. He shows up with sketches. He's been thinking about this more than I have since the last time we met. He'll take drawings that I send him and then sketch on top and send them back. So from a collaborative experience, I've never had that with a skater.
For Andrew to work on any product, he is obsessive on the details. He knows every component, every piece. So when he's working on shoes, he probably knows every material.
He just wanted to know about, you know, compounds and foams and measurements.
The millimeters, a thought, why this way other than this way in terms of construction. A lot of skaters, they want to focus on skating, and that's great. But with Andrew, I know he wanted to be hands-on. I think he's learned a lot from us, but I've also he pushed us into a space further than where we would have gone in the best way.
When I'm working on stuff like that, I'm really focused on what needs to happen to make it right. So
I'm only looking for what's wrong. You know, I mean, I think like most designers probably did the same thing.
I mean, what about, do you see this coming up above the foam a little? That line gets broken in a way?
Yeah.
There's so many details, you know, like tongue thickness, how many layers of fabric do you want on the tongue, logo, you know, how many different ways the panels overlap.
He's into the millimeter. He's like, if this is short, he's like just wanting to round an edge a little faster, stuff like that. I think he wants to know these things because he wants to make a product that, it's not that it's like never been done, but he wants to make a product that's like honest, that he knows every aspect of the shoe and everything is proven to be the best choice. He does want to make the best skateboard shoe possible. I think he wants to make something that will allow him to skate longer, that's gonna stand the test of time, be a timeless design. And then like lastly, I think he really wants to make a shoe that is just, it's kind of like what he does with skating. It's just better than everyone's. You know, he wants to make something it's undeniably great.
Wow. Yeah.
Most anticipated skate shoe ever.
It's the shoes, it's not really them.
I want to Seth the other day told me, we'll make this shoe as long as you want to skate. And I text back, okay, well then around 90 years old. We're gonna have to make it for a really long time. So, I just want to keep challenging myself and going for as long as I physically can. I feel pretty good right now. So, Jeff, thank you so much. And all you guys, Tyrone,
Stuff with like this one, like you can't see, they're barely different, but it's like stacked, you know, like that.
Oh, right, yeah.
So this could be all one dark color, light up top.
Sometimes the incentive to be a skater is not the one that you would expect. Like with Andrew, he just loved skating. He just loved getting better at skating. All of the accolades, all of the success was incidental to continuing to skate and get better at it. I feel that deeply. That's exactly always been my approach. When you see someone like Andrew, who is just always motivated to keep pushing their limits, they're the ones that have the longevity.
What? What's this? Whoa, what? This is fake. This is not real. It looks like, holy shit. Damn. That was quick. Hey, thank you.
Congrats, bro.
Is that a rant? Give that board to somebody. Give that board to somebody. Holy, wow. This is crazy.
Bro,
damn, all my goals for 2025 are done. It's only January. Crazy. Oh my God, with the shoe? Like, being in your 40s and doing cool shit like this, you really appreciate it more. You really get to appreciate it more. Back in the day, it would have been like, all right, cool, like whatever. Wow.
You want me to tell Andrew that at some point he's going to reach his mortality and not be able to skate the way he does? I'm not the guy to tell him that. I'm the guy that's still running Peter Pan syndrome. So, you know what? He just got the cover of Thrasher. He's doing some kickflip to legit wall ride. Like, I say go for it, Andrew. I mean, yeah, maybe your body's not going to handle the abuse that it used to, but I feel like you're going to be able to find your way through that, as I have too.
I mean, if this was like a bunch of people, like, here doubting me, like 30 people were here doubting me,
I could probably do it right now. Even no one's here doubting me right now. No, this is 4 feet, so that drop is, it's like kind of weird. Like I would never have to go all the way over there.
And technically, you're doing the. So you're saying this is the exact setup as the fence,
No,
right?
it's higher. Like the whole thing is, if you
A little higher.
Yeah.
Just a little bit though.
Yeah.
Yeah. So if anything, you're taking a risk here for no reason, rather than trying to risk for the trick. We're not arguing. We're discussing.
Okay, we're debating. All right. The thing is, look, if I come here and do a couple right, you're actually getting me mad right now, which I like. Look, if I come here and do a couple today, what's it gonna hurt mentally when I go back?
This whole experience has been a career highlight, you know, from working with Andrew to releasing such a important shoe to the market to, you know, releasing a shoe that looks like this is kind of a goal I think a lot of us have had here at New Balance. It's like, this is the most authentic New Balance skateboard shoe. So it's just been fun, man. It's just to see Andrew actually put it on and skate it and do the frontside flip and like you get those things that you want from him. It's like, all right, here we go.
He is an innovative skater that is dedicated for life to skateboarding.
But Andrew's one of those skaters who, he's one of a kind. You know, he's been through the ages and he's still relevant in the best ways. And he's really carrying skateboarding, street skateboarding specifically, to a whole new level.
You know, if you look at his kickflips when he was a kid, you wouldn't think that guy's gonna have the best kickflip ever. And he went on to have one of the best kickflips ever, if not the most iconic frontside flip ever.
Skateboarding wants Andrew to skate as long as he can. He's one of those people that he's done so much for skateboarding and he continues to give back and build a legacy and create careers for other people. But at the end of the day, he still needs to be on his pedestal of who Andrew Reynolds is. Giving him a pro shoe is a complete honor.
Yeah, tell Jamie that all my practice actually worked, so.